Look at this. In Okinawa, Japan, a tiny island with no miracle drugs, no expensive gyms, no biohacked supplements, and yet 1 in 3 people there lives to 100. Here's what doesn't make sense. Japan has over 90,000 people who've lived past 100, one of the highest life expectancies in the world. But what's fascinating is, they don't just survive to 100, they're thriving. At 90, they still garden before sunrise. At 95, they carry their own groceries. Now, compare that to much of the US and Europe, where by age 60, joint pains, stiffness, and fatigue have already become daily struggles. Where getting older too often means slowing down, sitting more, and watching life shrink into smaller circles. So what do they know that we don't? Well, it turns out Japanese elders do 4 simple movements every single day. Quiet, graceful exercises that engage the body and mind together. Exercises rooted in ancient tradition, but now validated by modern science for improving balance, blood flow, flexibility, and even brain health. Now here's where it gets wild. A study out of the University of Tokyo tracked over 1,200 people who lived past 100 and found the biggest predictor of longevity wasn't what they ate, wasn't genetics. It was how they moved every single day. So if you've been feeling stiff, tired, or older than your age, this might be the missing link, a forgotten rhythm your body was designed to follow. Because the truth is, longevity is not about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. Before we dive in, I need you to do something right now. Pause the video, stand up, slowly, deliberately, sit back down. Don't use your hands, just your legs. If it was hard, good. That's your body speaking. And today, we're going to revive it. As we go through these 4 exercises, I invite you to do something simple. Don't just watch, try them. Feel how your body responds. Because these are not intense workouts, they're gentle, rejuvenating movements that restore balance, flow, and vitality. Now, let's begin where the Japanese morning rituals often start, with stillness that moves. A practice so gentle you could mistake it for meditation, yet so powerful it rewires your balance, posture, and stability from the inside out. It is the standing weight shift, a quiet exercise practiced by Japanese elders in gardens, temple courtyards, and even living rooms, often listening to the sound of wind or distant birds. This one movement, simple, silent, almost invisible, is the reason a 92-year-old woman in Okinawa still walks her rice fields barefoot after rain without slipping. It's not even called exercise in Japan. It's called taiku, which means body nurture, and it's the single most potent, underappreciated tool for preventing falls, the leading cause of death in seniors over 65. Here's the truth no one tells you. Balance isn't about core strength alone. It's not about abs. It's not about yoga poses that look elegant but don't train your nervous system to react. Balance is a conversation between your feet, your inner ear, your spine, and your brain. But as we age, this communication weakens. The sensors in your feet dull, your reflexes slow, and your stability wavers. That's where the standing weight shift comes in. I found this 2018 study published in the Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, which showed that older adults who practiced balance exercises like standing weight shift improved neural transmission and their balance control. When you do a standing weight shift exercise, every one of those slow, deliberate weight transfers retrains the brain's proprioceptive network, the invisible internal GPS that tells your body where it is in space. This exercise doesn't build muscle, it rebuilds trust between your body and the ground. So how do you do it? Stand tall on bare foot with your feet shoulder width apart. Now inhale slowly and shift your weight gently onto your right leg. Let your left foot hover just above the ground. Feel the pressure move from heel to toe. Hold for 3 seconds. Exhale, return to center, then glide your weight onto your left leg. Move with grace, not speed. Move as if you're swaying like a tree in a soft breeze. Over time, this humble movement becomes a meditation in motion, a dialogue between mind and body. They never neglect it in Japan, because to stay steady is to stay young. Among all the movements that define independence, none reveal your vitality more clearly than sitting and standing up. In Japan, this movement is seen as a mirror of life energy. Because if you can rise effortlessly without pushing off your knees or arms, you're not just strong, you're alive. It may sound simple, but research calls this motion one of the most reliable predictors of long-term survival. Leonardo Barbosa confirms this in their study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, where they found that individuals who couldn't sit and stand without their hands and knees had a 5 to 6 times higher risk of death. Isu ni okiru, as it is called in Japan, is not just about leg strength, it's about will, about autonomy, about the difference between needing help and being able to rise on your own. Here's the brutal truth. If you're over 60 and you can't stand up from a chair without using your hands, you're not weak, you're disconnected. And the reason? Your glutes have gone quiet. Your core has forgotten how to brace. Your nervous system no longer trusts your legs to carry you. Most people think squats fix this, or leg presses, or even lunges. But those movements don't train the sequence. They don't teach your body to fire in the right order. But sitting and standing from a chair is a full-body symphony that forces your posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, spinal erectors, to activate in perfect sequence. To perform this movement correctly, sit tall on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and knees at a right angle. Now, cross your arms over your chest. Inhale deeply, then press through your heels and rise slowly until standing tall. Now, exhale and lower yourself with control, not dropping, but descending with awareness. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. Focus on posture and control, not speed. Over time, you will notice your legs feel stronger, your movements lighter, and daily activities, from getting out of bed to climbing stairs, will feel easier. This is not just an exercise, it's a daily reminder that strength is built from the ground up, one mindful rise at a time. And in Japan, they know that as long as you can stand tall on your own, you are never truly old. If the standing weight shift teaches balance through motion, the single leg stance perfects it through stillness. This quiet exercise, often practiced by Japanese elders as part of their morning or evening ritual, looks almost too simple, yet it holds extraordinary power. This is not yoga. It's not a pose for Instagram. It's not even called exercise in the villages of Shikoku. The Japanese call it ichiji tachi, and it's the most powerful, overlooked ritual for preserving mobility, preventing fractures, and keeping your nervous system awake well into your 90s. Here's what no fitness app will tell you. Balance isn't about core crunches. It's not about holding a plank. It's not even about strong quads. True, lifelong balance is a neurological gift, forged not by repetition, but by presence. And the single leg stance is the most direct line to that gift. You see, standing on one leg doesn't just test balance, it trains your brain to read the world through your feet. Every micro shift, every subtle tilt, every whisper of instability, your nervous system is listening. When you balance on one leg, your body performs 1,000 micro adjustments every second, with over 200,000 nerve ending receptors in each foot. that scream to your cerebellum, "Where are you? Are you safe?" And if you've trained them, even a little, your body responds with lightning-fast corrections. That's how a 94-year-old in Kagoshima catches herself on a wet stone path, not because she's strong, but because she's aware. Here's how to do it. Stand tall beside a chair for safety. Now, place your hands lightly on the chair for support. For better results, place your hands on your hips. Then, slowly lift one foot a few inches off the ground, just enough to challenge your balance. Keep your gaze fixed on a point in front of you. Now, breathe deeply. Hold this position for as long as you can, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or even a minute. Then, switch sides. Don't worry if you wobble. That's your nervous system learning. You can start with 3 rounds per leg each day. Over time, you'll notice your balance improve, your ankles strengthen, and your movements feel lighter. And now, the first movement. The one that doesn't just move your body, it wakes up your entire being. This isn't stretching. It's not even an exercise in the Western sense. In Japan, it's called Ragio Taiso. And every morning at precisely 6:30 a.m., across towns and villages, millions, young and old, stand in their gardens, their apartments, their community centers, and move as one. And science now says this 3-minute ritual is the most potent population-wide longevity intervention ever recorded. It all began in 1928 when Japan's Ministry of Education, in a bid to strengthen the nation's health, started what today, nearly a century later, is far more than a warm-up routine. It is a cultural heartbeat. Ragio Taiso is a 3-minute sequence of simple rhythmic movements, stretching, bending, twisting, and breathing. But its true power lies not in its simplicity, but in its consistency. Here's the truth. You don't need high-intensity training to live past 100. You need rhythm. And that's exactly what Ragio Taiso does. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural relaxation response. Each stretch floods your body with gentle lymphatic flow. It syncs your breath with your motion. It reteaches your spine how to articulate. This isn't about reps, it's about resonance. And every movement in Ragio Taiso is designed to restore the natural kinetic chain, the way your body was meant to move before chairs, phones, and sedentary living stole it from you. You reach your arms overhead, not to stretch, but to open the diaphragm. Twist your torso, not to get a good stretch, but to massage your internal organs. You rock side to side, not to lose weight, but to reset your vestibular system. It is not about reps, it's about resonance. So how do you do it? Ragio Taiso is not just one move, it consists of 9 different movements. In other words, it's a compound exercise. Start standing tall with your feet shoulder-width apart. Inhale deeply, and let's go with the first one. Stretch and grow. Raise your arms overhead, stretching towards the sky, and swing to the side. Next, do the stretch arms and legs move. Just swing your legs to the sides while bending your knees. Next, the arms revolving move. Swing your arms to the sides in circles. Now do the chest spread move by swinging your arms widely to the sides while opening up your chest. After that, do the arms bend move. Bend your left arm over your head 3 times, then do the same for the right arm. After that, do the forward bend move. Simply bend down and try to touch the floor twice with both hands, then raise and stretch your waist. After this, do the swing arms move. Just swing your arms in the adjacent direction while twisting your body. Now do the toe touching move. Simply bend down and touch your right toe with both hands, then raise up, bring your arms forward and then backwards. Now do the same for the left toe. Lastly, the windmill move. Stretch your arms fully and rotate the whole body just like a windmill. Each of these movements should feel natural, almost musical, not forced. Perform Ragio Taiso stretch for just 3 minutes or even more daily, ideally in the morning. It might not leave you sweating, but it will awaken your entire body, regulate your heartbeat, and lift your mood. As one Japanese saying goes, move the body in the morning and the spirit follows for the day. So there you go, the 4 movements that kept the Japanese not just living longer, but living better. What you've just seen isn't a workout plan, it's a window into the philosophy of living. Because the truth is, these 4 movements aren't about building muscle or chasing numbers, they're about preserving something far more precious, your connection to life itself. And that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.